This is the first of your proof sheets. It has math on the left, and on the right it has Veritas Press timeline. And we will not be using the Veritas Press timeline, even except for the U.S. presidents. But I think those are on. Yes, they're also at the bottom of the timeline. So you can scratch off that whole right side. And you need to bring these proof sheets with you to Memory Master. They're in your Foundations guide, but I scanned them and put them in Important Things in a folder called Memory Master Cycle 3. So you can go ahead and print those out and start working on them. Don't fill in the tutor. That's the one that has to be checked by the tutor on the day of testing. And please make sure your kids are ready. I would say they've been through it twice with no mistakes. You'll know if they're ready or not, but that's just to save them the heartache and the tutors having to fail them. Let's see. A couple of other things for history, they just have to get the dates right, and they can sing it, of course. For Latin, so tutors, you're going to use the proof sheet, and then you're going to want to keep your Foundations guide open. So you'd say, we're going to do Latin prepositions. I'm going to say the Latin, and you say the English. So you'd say in, and they say in. Apud, with. If they want to start singing and get through it faster, that's totally fine, because they do know it. Then you would say on week 9, what are the rules for Latin verbs? Starting at week 12, you'll say the Latin, even though on the proof sheet it says the English. We're going to ask them the Latin. So you might say in principio erat verbum, and then I told my kids they should just start singing, in the beginning was the word, and then after each part sing it. It's up to you how you want them to do it, but they need to translate it the way it's translated in the guide. For science, if you say, what are 4 types of tissue? They do have to say 4 types of tissue are. They can sing it, but that's the form they're supposed to answer in. You can just remind them if they don't do it right. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean they don't know the material. When you get to the elements, when you ask them the first 4 elements in the periodic table by number, element, and mass, it's fine if they sing all 12. That means they know it. Any singing they want to do is totally fine. So for math, Katura asks if they can write the laws, and that's great. So bring some paper if you want to do that. And they're welcome to sing all of the geometry, the area of a rectangle, square, all that. But when they're done singing the area of a circle and circumference of a circle, they need to be able to tell you that pi is 3.14. So for students that were 10 before January, they need to, they need to be able to write out all of their facts, but they need to write them as in 1 times 12 equals 12, 2 times 12 equals 24, 3 times 12, and so on. They can't write out the equations and then go down the edge by skip counting. Or the tutor can say 12 times 1 and they answer 12. Then she can say 12 times 2, they say 24. Or they can use flashcards. You have to bring your own flashcards through 15 if you want to do that. For the cubes, you would say, and squares, you'd say 1 squared equals 1, 2 squared equals 4. So let your tutor know which way you want to do that, so they're prepared to test them in the way that your child is ready for. I think, okay. Then we have English, and you would just say week 1 infinitive, and they have to tell you what infinitive is. Starting in week 5, you would ask them to conjugate the verb, and then in week 24, if it's an essential student or somebody that knows the chart A, they can just recite what they know from chart A. I don't even care if they say the Jesus sentences. I don't see a problem with that because they do know it. They know even more. So I think that's it. And we're I'll try and send the thing to the tutors again about mastery, not perfection. So if they make a small mistake, we can definitely say, wait a minute, that's not right. And then if they know it, they'll know why it wasn't right. If they don't know it, they won't be able to remember it. So we aren't trying to trip them up. Everything's going to be in order, just like on your proofing sheet. So you staple them together, and that's the order they'll go in. And again, those are online. Also online in that same folder, please print out the territories and terrains map so that we can be really clear about whether they know those or not. So they can use those to practice and then bring them with them. Just maybe cross out the names of the territories and terrains. So I think that's it. If I missed anything or if you have any questions, just contact me. Thanks.